from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, August 4th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. We begin tonight in the city of Hazleton, where Attorney General Kathleen Kane, along with her team, were out assisting the Hazleton Police Force during a search warrant, which uncovered a drug warehouse. WYLN's Gary Perna is live at the scene with more on this story. Gary?
Well, and it was a much different scene than it is right now here on Spruce Alley. You can see the alley is open. The police and the agents are gone from the AG's office, and it's back to normal here. But police say what they found was nothing normal.
This lab that we found last week, as well as this supply station right here, is one of the most substantial labs that my team has seen in Pennsylvania in quite a while.
For the second time in a little over a week, agents from the Attorney General's office were in our area shutting down a drug operation. Last week, they were in Hazel Township, where agents and police officers shut down a large operation in the home of Martin Kelly on Ridge Avenue. Today, agents in the Hazleton City Police Department were on West Spruce Alley between North Cedar and Poplar Streets, shutting down the second part of Kelly's drug operation that was housed in a garage.
Is a continuation of last week's arrest of a substantial lab that we found here in the Hazleton area. This is yet another storage facility. There's a substantial amount of chemicals being stored here for use in the manufacture of ecstasy.
The Attorney General said Pennsylvania did not have a large drug problem like we are currently seeing now.
About 2.5 years ago, Pennsylvania didn't have a big meth problem or ecstasy problem, but we saw the cartels coming in and fronting the drugs to create a marketplace. They're getting people hooked on the drugs, and then now they have a marketplace to sell them. We're now starting to see that in Pennsylvania. Our intelligence unit has noticed 3 substations here in Pennsylvania, and particularly even this operation is now then selling and supplying out to the Altoona area.
Hazleton Police Chief Frank DeAndrea said something this large is unbelievable, and he is glad that the Attorney General's office is here helping out.
My department or any of the local departments around here could never have done this on our own. And remember that when the Attorney General's office was in West Hazleton just a few days ago, this was not even a clandestine lab operation, but through the goodness or the capabilities of experts who knew better, that saw precursors or saw what were tablets, they're like, okay, well, we move from pornography and child pornography and seizing this to right over to seizing the drugs. But the beauty about the state agency, the Attorney General's office, the Klan Labs, these professionals, is that they don't just stop with the largest or one of the largest ecstasy labs busts. They then open yet another investigation, and they start to look at that, and that's why we're here today.
The chief and the Attorney General said this is not a normal drug operation. This is something that, handled wrong, could kill.
This is explode your block. That's why there are multiple fire trucks and people in hazmat suits and the environmental protection. This is you're not playing with the kids in the park when you get to this level.
We are not going to stop until we clean up these neighborhoods, and we are not going to stop until they get the message. They are no longer welcome here in Pennsylvania. This is a new date and time. We have intelligence units. We have great relationships with the locals and the state police, and we are not going to stop until we take them down one by one.
Well, back here live on Spruce Alley. Now, the Attorney General's office said Martin Kelly had about 110 pounds of ecstasy and $37,000 in his Hazel Township home when he was arrested back on July 27th. Now, Kelly is still locked up on $1 million straight cash bail tonight. Reporting live in the city of Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
A Wallapa man died when he lost control of his motorcycle in Dorrance Township last night. 66-year-old Stanley Harmon was headed south on Blue Ridge Trail near Hollow Road at 9 p.m. when he lost control on a curve in the road. The bike went off the roadway and struck a large sign before coming to a rest in a cornfield 15 feet from that road. Harmon, who was wearing a helmet, was thrown from the motorcycle and pronounced dead at the scene by the Luzerne County Coroner's Office. A vacant double home was destroyed by fire early this morning in Coaldale. The fire broke out around 4 o'clock Tuesday morning, and investigators say they believe the fire at 38 West Water Street was intentionally set, and the fire spread to 40 West Water Street, the home that was attached. Both buildings were said to be vacant. No injuries were reported. A state police fire marshal was expected on the scene this afternoon. Firefighters from 2 counties battled the early morning fire in Coaldale. The Obama administration announced its final proposal of the Clean Power Plan yesterday. It will force carbon monoxide cutbacks in Pennsylvania. The Environmental Protection Agency will require the state to reduce the amount of carbon monoxide pollution by 35% by year 2030. Governor Tom Wolf will be working on getting a plan together. He stated that his administration is committed to making the Clean Power Plan work for Pennsylvania. Other officials, including Congressman Lou Barletta, believe that the cutbacks will result in a job loss, especially in the coal industry. The State Public Utility Commission plans to study the Clean Power Plan's effect on consumers and utilities. A proposed plan from the state must be submitted by June of 2016. Last week, it appeared there might be some movement on the state budget. It doesn't look that way anymore after a 35-minute meeting on Capitol Hill Monday. No progress was reported. Governor Tom Wolf said, quote, "I could just roll over, but I'm not going to do that." House Speaker Mike Terzai said Wolf was being, quote, "unrealistic and unreasonable." The big holdup is education spending. The governor is looking to send close to another $1 billion on it, and the General Assembly is balking at spending that much. The average teacher's salary in Pennsylvania is about $64,000. On average, the Commonwealth spends about $14,600 per student. Before we get to more news tonight here on WYLN, it's time for a first look at our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbachik's in the Weather Center with the details. Joey, here's some rain maybe in our forecast for the next few days, but what can we expect weather-wise before we make any outdoor plans?
Well, it doesn't look like a whole lot across our area. Last night, of course, we had the showers and thunderstorms moving through our area, but right now it is pretty nice for traveling across our area if you have to do any type of traveling through this evening. Again, throughout the daytime hours, this is where the activity's been. Northern tier of Pennsylvania, upstate New York, that's about it. And I think we're going to stay dry as we head through this evening. Notice these temperatures over the past 24 hours. Cooler than what we've seen the last couple of days. Temperature-wise right now, 84 in Berwick, 81 in New Angola, 81 in Monnoy City, and 85 degrees in Bloomsburg. So now that the heat, humidity, for the most part, has ended, what can we expect over the next couple of days? A complete 7-day forecast coming up in a few.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, more news is headed your way only on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News, Greater Hazelton's only local news broadcast with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Kristen Bazinski, weather with Joe Garbachik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
Stop by Flo's Deli in Mountaintop for a great bite to eat. The deli serves fantastic sandwiches made with boar's head meat, and Flo makes all of her own ciabatta and sourdough rolls fresh every day. There is plenty of seating for you to dine inside or while the weather is warm outside on their beautiful deck. And stop in for a drink. They are now serving beer and a variety of mixed drinks. Flo's Deli open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., 683 South Mountain Boulevard in Mountaintop. Call Flo at 570-301-6893.
Wide that is.
Green flag waves and we're underway.
Here he comes. Pushes out the lead, but is immediately challenged.
Bring it home. Woo! Coming to the checker, my man. Yeah. There he is.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
An effort to defund Planned Parenthood fell short in the U.S. Senate, losing a 53-46 vote. Pennsylvania senators split on the question. Democrat Bob Casey voted against the proposal. Republican Pat Toomey voted for it. The push for defunding the group spun from a series of undercover videos showing the group selling body parts from aborted fetuses. Planned Parenthood claims the videos were heavily edited. Toomey has been outspoken in his opposition to Planned Parenthood, and after the video surfaced, was among the primary lawmakers calling for defunding the group. Casey has avoided talking about it. The famous Clydesdales are coming back. The Budweiser Clydesdale team will be in downtown Wilkes-Barre on Thursday, immediately following the farmers market. The Clydesdales will leave the intersection of South and South Main Streets at 4:30 p.m. and proceed to Public Square via South Main Street. Spectators of all ages will enjoy seeing the renowned horses making their way through downtown Wilkes-Barre. More than 38,000 entries have been received in an online lottery for special rail passes to be used during Pope Francis's visit to Philadelphia in September. SEPTA, the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, will randomly email winners on Thursday. Winners will have 3 days to purchase up to 10 one-day tickets. Not everyone requested the maximum of 10 tickets. Entrants will be able to choose travel dates of September 26th and September 27th, or both, and then enter up to 3 preferred outlying regional rail stations and pick travel times from those stations. Former Pennsylvania Senator Richard Schweiker has died. Schweiker was first elected to the House in 1960, then the Senate in 1968. In 1976, he was picked by Ronald Reagan as his vice presidential candidate in a failed attempt to get the Republican presidential nominee. Reagan lost to incumbent Gerald Ford. But in 1980, after Reagan won the presidency, he picked Schweiker as Health and Human Services Secretary. He resigned after 2 years to head up the trade group, the American Council of Life Insurance, which he has led for 12 years. Governor Tom Wolf ordered all Pennsylvania flags in the Capitol complex and at all Commonwealth facilities to fly at half-staff to honor the former United States Senator. Richard Schweiker was 89 years old. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast, plus details on the 12th annual Run for the Cannoli 5K during the St. Maro's Festival on Vine Street in Hazleton, which is happening this August 16th at 3 p.m. More news is headed your way, including sports here on WYLN. Stay tuned. All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
The Hazleton Wine and Beer Festival will be held Saturday, August 15th from 4 until 8 p.m. at the Best Western Genetti Inn and Suites in Hazleton. Come sample over 50 local wines and craft beers, taste some great food, and listen to some great music provided by one of Northeastern Pennsylvania's premier cover bands, Ostrich Hat. You must be 21 to enter, and tickets are available the day of the festival or in advance at hazletonrotary.ticketleap.com. Don't miss the Hazleton Wine and Beer Festival, Saturday, August 15th.
Overall, not a bad day across northeastern and central Pennsylvania today. Now, earlier this morning and through the overnight hours, we had some pretty good downpours, some thunder, lightning, thunderstorms, some showers moving through. They have now since passed. Most of the activity has been over northern tier of PA today and upstate New York. But for us, some more refreshing air coming in our direction. How refreshing, do you ask? Let's get right to the map for today. And, well, with that passing of that front, that does wonders throughout the summertime, because that drops the humidity levels, it drops the temperatures, it brings in some much more comfortable air, and that's what's going on across our area. Now, there's nothing to show you live 35 Skycast Doppler for the most part. The only exception you could see for yourself right up through here. Alone a shower or storm. That's pretty much about it. But notice the rest of the area is dry. We're sitting in the 80s right now, but those dew point numbers only in the 50s. So you walk outside, maybe just you feel a tad bit of humidity, if that, but that's about it. And we've picked up now 0.06 of an inch of precipitation since midnight. 82 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 83 in Selinsgrove, 86 in Williamsport, 79 in State College. And take a look at Philadelphia. Still very, very hot. Temperatures in the lower 90s. Up in the Wyoming Valley area from Nanticoke through Wilkes-Barre and Kingston, a little bit of a breeze with temperatures holding in the lower 80s. There you can see again the activity. Most of it's been over the northern tier of PA, upstate New York. The rest of our area really has not seen any precipitation, and I think we're going to stay on the dry side. Now as we go into tomorrow, we may have to deal with a shower, scattered. But I think for the most part we won't see anything. Many areas won't. See the increase in clouds as we start going into our Thursday. But again, nothing significant happening across our area. Tonight, 50s and lower 60s. Tomorrow we are up into the 70s. Some areas may be near 80 degrees. Look how cool it's going to be for tomorrow night. Waking up early in the morning on Thursday, you're going to be looking at temperatures, say, between 53 to about 58 degrees. A very cool start to the morning. Again, we get this little bit of a dip in the jet stream, bringing in some cooler air across the Northeast, but it's going to be comfortable. Here's a look at the extended forecast and what we can expect over the next couple of days. So going into tomorrow, we'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine. It does look pretty nice. Maybe that stray sprinkle or shower, but for the most part, we should not see anything. Maybe a shower for Thursday, a few more showers for Friday, a shower storm for Saturday. Notice those temperatures. No extreme heat temperatures holding for the most part in the 70s to near 80 degrees. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers are pick 285, the pick 3627, the pick 44070, and the pick 5 numbers 16501, and treasure hunt numbers 4, 16, 17, 19, and 26. We'll continue to have more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
For all your projects, large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available, or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
Off the Beaten Path, new episodes starting August 5th at 11:30 p.m. only on WYLN.
In just around 3 weeks, over 100 people will take their mark for the 12th annual St. Mauro's Run for the Cannoli 5K. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has the details.
The annual St. Mauro's Italian Festival 5K Run for the Cannoli was started 12 years ago by Dino and Justine Alberto. The first ever race consisted of around 24 participants and has grown to thousands over the past decade. It is one of the longest-running 5Ks in the city of Hazleton. We spoke this afternoon with race director Dino Alberto on the progress of the event.
It's grown and it's become quite an event, not just for the festival itself, but throughout northeastern Pennsylvania and beyond, because the people who sign up for it just amaze me where they come from. It's a community event. We have so many people that help us with this thing, and if you see these folks running through the town at that time of day. It's just, I think it's very inspiring because it shows the athleticism of the runners itself. It shows the excitement and the fun that people are having.
You told us about how the name came to be.
From that very humble beginning, it has grown from there, and it's really taken on a life of its own. About a year or so later, a good friend of mine, Dr. Mike Palermo, who is also one of the avid runners here in the Hazleton area, came up with the idea, with it being Italian, and that he started just referring to it as the Run for the Cannoli, and the name stuck. It worked nicely, being all the Italian that we have there. So from that point on, it's been always known as the Run for the Cannoli.
If you are not an avid runner, you can always sign up for the 1.5-mile walk and talk.
One of the neat things we've done, last year we finally were able to incorporate a walk into it. Now, most events have a 5K walk, 5K run. Because of our race route and running through the streets and the fact that we have to go across 15th Street, we know that that was a little tricky, and again, with the heat and everything that was involved, we thought, well, let's try something different. And last year we decided to make a 1.5-mile walk and talk.
The race will be welcoming its first ever Grand Marshal.
This year, we're very happy to announce for the first time we have a Grand Marshal coming in to help us out, and it's Aaron Russell, who is the head cross-country coach at Lock Haven University. Over the years, Lock Haven University has had a nice group of runners that have come to our event. Nick Hilton, a couple of years ago, was the first money winner. He has gone on to national acclaim right now, running marathon events and doing quite well over the course of the years. Jacob Fetterman has been there. He has just recently graduated. Matt Mazer has been another. Jeff Squires has become the cannoli king. He has won 7, 8 of these things. And again, there's a great affiliation with Lock Haven.
Run for the Cannoli takes place Sunday, August 16th at 3 p.m. Race registration will be held inside the Gymnasium of Queen of Heaven Parish at 13th and Vine Streets. It's open to runners of all ages, and the winners will receive cash prizes. And as always, 100% of the proceeds go to the parish. T-shirts are available, and entrants will receive a cannoli donated by Alta Pizza. In Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Coming up next, Eric DeBaradinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll get to meet Jessica Noss, a busy mom of 2 little children who has gone from wheelchair to fully recovered in 4 months, thanks to great chiropractic care. Her amazing story. It's this week. Join us.
Welcome to WYLN Sports. I am Eric DeBaradinas. I am joined by the WYLN TV championship belt holder, the British Wolf here from PPW. And how's it feel to hold this championship belt?
It feels great. It feels awesome. You know what? I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Eric.
No problem. August 15th, the big show coming up. PPW, Dig It, Booker T, a wrestling legend, will be in town. What does it mean to have someone of Booker T's stature here in Hazleton?
You know what? Funny you brought that up. Booker T is actually going to be the CEO of that show. So August 15th, I want to see everybody from Hazleton at that show. That show is going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. It's going to be a night that you would not forget.
For fans that may not have seen PPW before or been out to a show, can you explain the excitement level that comes along with it?
You know, I always come across people that says we missed the old days wrestling, we want that back. Well, I've seen a bunch of first-timers that come to PPW, and they love it. It's awesome. They want to come again. They want to keep coming, and we're going to keep bringing it.
Tell me how you won this belt.
It's a long story. Actually, this belt is 24/7 on the line. So even right now, someone could come in and try and go for this belt. But you see, there's a lot of footage. There's a lot of footage that the cameras did not catch, because I have to defend this title 24/7. And I hold my end of the bargain, and I still come back to every show with this belt in my hand.
Good thing we locked the doors. So your expectations for August 15th, who is your opponent, and what do you expect from that?
Well, rumor has it Booker T has offered that my opponent will be Jesse Neal. It's a former TNA superstar. But you see, the thing is, my original opponent is supposed to be Havoc. But of course, the commissioner gave him the time off for whatever reason. Because last month, he embarrassed me in front of my fans. And this time, when I catch him one-on-one, I will get my rematch. Hopefully still have the title in my hand, and I will come for Havoc. I don't trust nobody in that locker room, understand that. But Havoc now is another level, because he has this advocate, Mr. Exim, and both of them walk around in the locker room like they have Mr. Big Shot, and they like to cheat, they like to do all kinds of stuff to get what they want in that locker room, but I'm not having it, because I will get my rematch, I will get what is entitled to me, and that's him.
No love lost between British Wolf and Havoc. We're thankful throughout the course of this interview no one came through the back door. This title belt is on the line 24/7. You've protected it throughout this. Good luck protecting it. Dig it. August 15th at Holy Family Academy in Hazleton for PPW Wrestling. British Wolf, thank you so much.
Thank you, Eric.
Good luck.
Thank you.
How wide that is. Green flag waves and we're underway. Here he comes. Pushes out the lead, but is immediately challenged.
Bring it home. Woo! Coming to the checker, my man. Yeah. Yeah, there he is.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WILN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Live, America's favorite pastime on your local network, WILN TV 35. See the Major League Stars of tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WILN TV 35. Visit WILNTV.com for a complete Iron Pig schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WILN, your home for live sports.
Well, things not looking too bad across our area, and as we go through tonight, tomorrow, looking pretty nice across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Again, those humidity levels did drop. The temperatures did drop as well. So again, walking outside, it feels much more comfortable, a more comfortable air mass as compared to what we've seen the last couple of days. And again, temperatures tell the tale again, the 70s, some 80s, and even areas in mid to upper 80s, it's still not too bad because those humidity levels are relatively lower than what we've seen thanks to the front that came through, the dip in the jet stream. That's going to allow us to see the more comfortable conditions prevailing across all of our viewing area. Here's a look at the extended forecast going into tomorrow. Things are looking pretty nice. There's that stray chance of a sprinkle or a shower, but that's about it. I think most, if not every area, should get through the day without seeing anything. Maybe a shower around as we go into our Thursday. Some more showers as we start going into our Friday, and a shower storm for Saturday. But again, if you notice those temperatures over the next several days, only in the 70s, some cool nights ahead. We're looking at lower 50s.
Any chances of it continuing into the weekend? Yesterday there was no rain Saturday. Now there's a possible
shower storm, that's it.
So nothing
big.
Okay. All right, I guess there's something to look forward to.
Yeah, always a nice weekend's always good.
All right, well, thanks, Joe. And of course, for all of our top stories, you could check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/WYLN News. Make sure you check it out. Have a good night, everyone.